Hi, I am Dhananjay. In this series of videos, I am going to cover Microsoft Excel right from the basic concepts to several advanced features. I shall move slowly, giving insights into the theory and cover a wide range of practical examples. I shall be uploading at least one video on every alternate day. Please go through in your own time. I'm 100% sure that you will benefit immensely in terms of efficiency and time savings. Please do send me any queries or suggestions on my email. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos for others to benefit. Let's move on. Before I start this video, let me ask a question. What's so special about a name? Well, that makes it easy to remember. In Microsoft Excel, we use a number of formula. Using named cells, these formulas, it is always easy to understand and remember as well. There are different ways of referring to cells. Let us see how and why. What is a cell reference? It's simply a name given to the cell. For example, you can see this cell, active cell. What is it? I4. So I4 is the name given by Excel to this cell. It is called a reference when it is used in a formula. Let us try to use a formula over here. I'm simply writing is equal to uh, I4 multiplied by 10. So the formula is I4 multiplied by 10, where I4 is the cell reference. That's it. Now, where do we use it? As I have shown, it's used in the formula, but there are different types of cell references. And why do we need them? Because the strength of Excel lies in formulas, and we need to enter the formulas only once, whereas we would be doing the calculation for a large number of cells. It would all happen by quickly dragging the cell where the formula is entered. We are going to take a look at it. In the meantime, what are the types of cell references? We have one which is called a relative reference. The other one is called absolute or fixed reference. Right. So let us directly jump into its usage in a demo. Here we have a table. As you can see, we can see the cost per unit, quantity and amount, which is nothing but cost per unit multiplied by quantity, and we have used the formula in this cell as you can see, B5 multiplied by C5, right? So let us first focus on amount. Okay, by getting the formula B5 into C5, you can see clearly B5 multiplied by C5 is the formula used here, and we have got the answer, right? Now, this B5 and C5, or here an example given B9, it is nothing but a relative reference. Why is it a relative reference? Because its value is going to change as we drag the formula. That's why it's called relative reference. Let us just try it out. I'm deleting these things, right? I'm deleting these things. Now, we have entered the formula over here B5 into C5. We want to evaluate it for these, which we are going to do simply by dragging the values. That's it. And we got the answers. Yes. What has actually happened is because the original formula was uh, B5 into C5, when we in this cell, when we came to this cell, it automatically became B6 and C6. Correct? Likewise, when we came further down and came into this cell, it became B7 into C7. Why? Because the result which we are seeing is in cell D5 in the first case, then we are dragging it or copying the formula in one cell below, that is in D6, and thereafter further down in D7. So uh, as B6 As D6 goes down to D7 and D8, B6 will also go down to B7 and B8 and so on. That is why it is called relative reference, right? The reference values change relative to the copying of the formula where the references are used. Okay, hope it's clear. Now, let us take a look at discount. Okay, you can see the yellow over here. The formula used is D5 into G10. Actually, as you can look at it, the discount is given in the cell G10, right? So here is the discount given in the cell G10. Now, the formula, as you can see here, is $G $10 instead of simply G10. Why is that? When we write dollar before G and dollar before 10, that is before the column name and before the row number, that particular reference to the column and row becomes fixed or absolute. What is the meaning of absolute or fixed? It means it will not change. It will always remain G10. Why is that? Because the value of the discount given here is in cell G10. If we drag a formula which uses G10, we don't want it to become G11 and G12 and so on. For example, you see here, the formula is D5 into G10. And let's come down and we can see over here, the formula is D6. Rightly, it has come one down, right? Because we have brought the formula down, so D5 has become D6. But what about G10? It has remained G10 only because we have made it $G and $10 and we have fixed it and made it absolute. Same ways as you can see, no need to explain, it is D7 into G10. Now, the advantage of this is a value which is entered only once in a cell can be used in thousands of cells by keeping it as a fixed or absolute reference, right? And another advantage is if we change the value over here, we don't need to change the value anywhere. For example, it is zero point 0.2. Let me change it to zero point 0.1 now because the policy has changed and we want only 10% discount, right? Now we have entered the values of this zero point 0.1 in number of cells by dragging the formula. If I enter it here, you can see all the values are got altered. So that is why it is advantageous to write it in one place and use absolute reference so that any changes made could automatically reflect into the number of cells that you have used. That's it. So we have learned a relative reference and absolute reference. There is much more about it. We are going to learn in my next video. We'll also learn about a name manager and its applications. And yes, if you find this useful, click the like. If you wish to catch several such videos, hit subscribe. For notifications, ring the bell and share this so that others too can watch. Bye.